These are art supplies I love for toddlers. Love, love, love. I've been using them with my 18-month-old since she was old enough and had interest in supplies. I started slowly collecting them and buying them for her. So these are the Quick Stick Tempera paint sticks. So they are solid tempera paint. The tube works a lot like a chapstick. So you twist up from the bottom and the paint comes up the top. My toddler cannot do the twisting action. She has learned to take the cap on and off, but the colors are super bright and vibrant. I'm in love with the Quick Stick brand. I buy them over and over again. They dry in 90 seconds or less. I feel like there must be like an alcohol, like rubbing alcohol that like dissolves really fast into the air. It evaporates, leaves bright color behind. Very, very washable. I prefer the original over the jumbo or the thin stick, especially for the toddler grip. And we're trying to promote the dynamic tripod grasp or grip with the first three digits. So thumb, pointer finger, middle finger. As an elementary art teacher for the past 13 years, these are just supplies I just love. So that's pretty true to size, I feel like, from this image and the twisting action. So lefty loosey, righty tighty helps it go up and down. The colors are just vibrant. I didn't know this until just now that I did a little bit of research that they're nut-free, egg-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, which makes me love them even more because they're just so accessible to children with allergies. They work on paper, cardboard. I have not tried them on wood, but that sounds awesome. Canvas, glass. They also work great on the fake chalkboards, like chalkboard paint, so you don't deal with chalkboard dust. The white one works excellent on that material. These are like the raindrop shaped crayon. They are flat as well as raindrop shaped. And these are great for that dynamic tripod grasp, which will help with buttoning buttons, zippering zippers, tying shoes, holding a pencil, holding a pen, holding a paintbrush. These are just wonderful. They're really solid. I feel like they're really difficult to break. They don't like fall on the floor and shatter like other crayons, like fall on the floor and break. They're small, 1 inch by 2 inches. I feel like they're just perfect for the toddler hands, these like little adorable little pudgy hands. The colors are great. There's multiple of each color, which is great for teaching that green can be light, green can be dark, instead of that there's just one green versus like the standard 8 box of colors. Like these come in multiple colors, which is helpful for teaching that this is yellow and this is yellow. This is blue and that's blue. I also love the Buddha board for calligraphy, and the calligraphy scroll is also a great option where the child can use a paintbrush that can be refilled with water and drip water, or a classic paintbrush where they have a cup of water. The toddler just may dump the water, so just don't give them a lot. And you can teach them to dip into the water and then paint on the Buddha board. And what will happen is the water evaporates. So you can use this over and over and over again. Why I love it for toddlers. Super eco-friendly and reusable and safe. There's no paint involved. It's just water evaporating. And these brushes are super fun if it works out for your toddler. If they require too much squeezing, may be difficult for your child, but if it's just a continuous flow of the water is being used, so more is flowing out, that can really work out well, depending on what kind of brush you find. Links will be in the description box below for things that I've actually tried. I have not tried this brand of brushes yet, but I will be. Do-A-Dot art markers. I have bought these so many times. These are great for toddlers and preschoolers. They just give that instant reaction. They're great for teaching up and down, down, up, and then there's the dot left behind. They cannot be dragged as it ruins the sponge, and then the ink cannot flow down. So when you shake them, you can hear that delicious sound of the ink like slushing around inside the tube. And then there's a button that the sponge depresses, and then the ink comes out and leaves little dots, which is very satisfying. So literally dot markers, kind of like a bingo marker, similar concept. I do not like these tables for littles. These are pretty popular. Toddlers love to climb up on these chairs and then the legs kick out. And we want to put kids at these little tables because they're so cute. with their art supplies, and then they're climbing on from here, they're climbing up on top of the table, and these legs can also kick out. So I'm not a big fan of these tables to use with your art supplies until your toddler can actually learn to sit properly and not, if your toddler isn't climbing on everything, you're doing amazing, great job. But my toddler climbs up on top of everything, so I did not opt for this type of table and chair to do art supplies at. I went with this low breakfast nook floor desk with the leg locks. And so if she does climb on top of it and falls off, it's not a very far fall. And I can fold the legs in and put it away. And I paired it with a yoga block. So again, she can sit at the yoga block and do her artwork. And if she falls off this, it's very low to the floor. So there'll be no injuries involved there, hopefully. And this particular model does go upwards to use it like an easel. I haven't received mine yet. The one we have, we're returning because it doesn't fold upwards, so I'll have to let you know how that goes. But this one folds up so that we can like use blue painter's tape and tape a piece of paper there so that she can paint in a vertical upright fashion. So I'll do a video letting you know how that goes. But I hope this is helpful in picking out supplies when we have so much overwhelm as parents, and the description box below should have all the links. Thanks. Bye.